This is the Tallahassee Police Department. You're the FSU Police Department. There has been a shooting in the library. Stay where you are.
A life-saving warning as students run for their lives. Four in the Corner continuing our coverage of the tragic moments on Florida State University's campus. The gunman, who's an alumnus of the school, opening fire early this morning at the Strozier Library, sending hundreds of students scrambling for their lives.
So here's what we know so far tonight. 3 students were hurt, one of them critically. This all happened before police killed the gunman in a shootout right outside of the Strozier Library on campus. All of this playing out shortly after midnight. Police now say that the suspected gunman, Myron May, was actually a lawyer who graduated from the school in 2005. He'd been working as a lawyer in Texas and New Mexico before recently coming back to Florida. Police say they found a journal and some videos belonging to May that indicated that he believed the government had been targeting him.
He was a conspiracy theorist. I'm shocked. Let me pick my jaw up right off the floor. Yes, another day, another fake shooting. Every shooting from the media is fake, 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 fake. And if you still don't realize this, it's time to wake up to reality. So are you guys ready for more ridiculous script writing? Wait till you guys hear this. And shout out to Red Silver J, Team Wake 'em Up, who's on his game as usual, reporting on the real truth on this latest fake shooting, as he does best. But so as these prostitutes mentioned, the demonized conspiracy theorists narrative continues, and as we all have been saying for quite some time now, this is one of the agendas on the table, to make conspiracy theorists people who speak out against the government, who speak out against the freedoms we are losing every day. If you are someone who watches these kinds of videos, make us public enemy numero uno. This is the end game, along with, of course, gun control. But this is what they are building up to, folks. Right? The Minority Report, V for Vendetta. You know, combine those movies. Scenario where if you have these thoughts, right? It's all about thought crime. You're guilty before you even do anything. If you haven't had these thoughts, you are considered to be mentally deranged, mentally unstable, right? Elliot Rodgers everywhere, you know, and they can just come and black bag you, take you in, haul your ass to some dungeon because of NDAA, and who knows what other legislation will come in the years to come, and that's what they are building up to, people. So here we have Myron May, the shooter, the paranoid lawyer conspiracy theorist, with no motive, of course. You can't make this shit up. So what do we got? We got former girlfriend, also claimed May, said his home and car were being bugged. Yes, of course. He feared being targeted by the government, and former girlfriend says she believed he had a severe mental disorder. Of course he has a mental disorder. He's like Elliot Rodgers. There's Elliot Rodgers running around. Watch out. Hide your women, hide your kids. Look out now. An Elliot Rodgers can pop out of nowhere and go Rambo on your ass. Yep, he spoke out against the government and talked about mind control and made various posts before the shooting. Here we have him sharing a Jesse Ventura video the day before. Give me a break, man. So boom, you can demonize conspiracy theorists, real conspiracies such as mind control, along with the gun control agenda. It's a nice little package for them, right? So here we have mainstream conspiracy theorist himself, Jesse Ventura, here being used to demonize us all, right? And as I mentioned, the demonization agenda is in full force, guys, as evident, of course, as clearly evident with Prime Minister David Cameron's announcement. We all remember that anyone who questions 9/11 or the 7/7 bombings are extremists, right? Mentally deranged.
As evidence emerges about the backgrounds of those convicted of terrorist offences, it is clear that many of them were initially influenced by preachers who claim not to encourage violence, but whose worldview can be used as a justification for it. We know this worldview, the peddling of lies, that 9/11 was somehow a Jewish plot, or that the 7/7 London attacks were staged.
This is what's happening. They're telling us right now that they're not going to tolerate us anymore. That's what they're saying, essentially. This is it. I mean, this is what he's saying. If they have their way, it's over with. all right, they're going to come for you for having questioned anything that comes off their corporate media.
And the accused gunman may have been a conspiracy theorist. Federal officials say he had materials referencing the New World Order.
This guy right here who graduated FSU 2005, all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, moves in the area. He was in Texas and New Mexico. He moves in the area 3 weeks ago. And for no reason at all, goes to shoot up a school that he used to go to. He ain't even a student there no more. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't believe it.
Now, you guys ready for the fairy tale that only happens in movies part of the script? Here we go. You know it was coming. Student claims library book saved his life from bullet.
Their son, Jason Durfus, a senior at FSU, a graduate of Orangewood Christian, caught in the gunfire.
As I walked down the stairs of Strozier, I heard what was unmistakably a gunshot.
Jason had just checked out 3 books from the library when the gunman opened fire. He says he saw a fellow student gunned down just 50 feet away from him.
My body was kind of in shock, and I didn't really know what to do.
Jason made it home. It was then he truly knew how close that gunshot he heard behind him was. Those 3 books he checked out.
2 of the books that I had checked out had a bullet hole in them.
And in the 3rd book, ironically for his religious theology class, the bullet.
I know God's looking out for me, and there's really no other explanation for it.
Yeah, there's really no other explanation for it. Boy, I'll tell you, if you fall for this library books saved his life nonsense, well, you'd probably fall for the amazing bionic finger Dumbledore princess herself, Cassidy Stay. Yeah, in case you forgot or weren't aware, this was another fake shooting that took place in Houston with the dumbest and most ridiculous script of all time, featuring a supposed 15-year-old girl getting shot in the back of the head, execution style, and surviving, while the rest of her family, parents and 2 siblings, were executed successfully in front of her. And not only did she survive, but she managed to call 911 and leave the hospital in perfect health 2 days later after being shot in the head. I'm dead serious. Harris County, Texas. Cassidy suffered a skull fracture and lost a finger when she held her hand up during the shooting. Investigators say her hand deflected the bullet just enough to change the trajectory and save not only her life, but the lives of her grandparents and Haskell's ex-wife and children. Okay, 2 days later, just fine and dandy, strolling around in what appeared to be a parade to celebrate the brutal execution of her family in front of her eyes, riding around like a rock star, smiling and having the time of her life. Yeah. See, this is the kind of reality the media would like you to believe in. Fantasyland bullshit.